For me, it was never normal. I'm a Latina, and everyone who knows Latinas, they go from 0 to 200. It's a lot of work. I mean, marriage, it's not easy.
Chat with Mick is about celebrating who we are, our journey, our creativity, our culture, and the communities that shape us. Every conversation honors real stories, real voices, and the real moments. This episode is brought to you by Ang Sarap and Lakai Easy Transport.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Chat with Mick. And today I have Sully Weerakkoddy, and she's the founder of the Lighthouse Organization. And I personally invited her because I wanted to find out about what she does for men and women who have been abused. Sully, what truth about yourself did you have to accept before you came into your role and your purpose?
It was by seeing abuse in my home. I saw it as a very young age. So when I got older, I wanted to do something about it and to change that dynamic. A lot of women deal with it in silence, like my mother did. So that's when I decided to make a nonprofit to help women and children and also men who are suffering in silence.
Can you take us back through what happened when you were a child?
I saw a lot of abuse, verbal and some physical. So for a child to see that, I think it affects their future tremendously. And a lot of women don't see it. Especially in the Latino community, they believe to keep the family together, it's helping the children, and it's the opposite. I think it affects them so much on their future, on how they're gonna be, creating their own families. It's something it's gonna follow them forever. So whenever they have a partner or they get married, they also continue that abuse because they saw it as a normal thing. And I think that's where I myself decided to do something about it and to help children to feel loved and that abuse is not okay.
You were a child when you were seeing abuse happening in your own household. Did you think it was a normal thing, or were you comparing yourself to your other friends who were more joyful and who had happy childhoods?
For me, it was never normal. I'm a Latina, and everyone who knows Latinas, they go from 0 to 200. For me, it was never a normal thing, and I was very tiny, and I always tried to help my mom, to kind of push the abuser away. And I would never want a child to see that or feel that way at a very young age.
Did you feel like when you were a child you took on a lot of responsibility and you took care of your mom, knowing that most children don't do that?
Yes, I'm the oldest, so I did see a lot of it, and I was the one that carried all the weight. So yes, I did feel that I had to defend her and protect her in some way. And I don't think any child should go through that.
How did that affect you when you were growing up? So, for example, when you were going to school, you had to have a normal life, like you were studying or playing with your friends or going out with your friends.
It didn't really affect me. I'm a perfectionist, so I always try to do the best that I could with the situation that I was in or my mother was in. But that pushed me to do my best on my studies, to do my best on everything I did in life.
Did that abuse in your household continue on until college?
No, I was a teenager when my mother decided to finally just end that. I think when she saw that I was getting involved and my other siblings will see it as well, she finally decided to stop that. And I think it's the best thing that she could have ever done. And she's been single since then.
In your mind, what was the turning point with your mother on how she was able to decide to stop what was happening to her?
I think the turning point for her was to see one time I got in the middle and I got in the middle to defend her. So I did what I could to push the person away so it wouldn't happen again. I think that was her turning point, where she saw this little person is trying to defend me. Why can't I do something about it? And that's when she decided to do it.
Did that affect your relationships with other people? That abuse that you experienced, that you and your mom experienced at home, did that affect your relationship with other people?
No, no, not at all.
What was the turning point that happened in your life when you decided that you want to help other men and women?
I wanted to make a difference and for all those people, men and women who are going through abuse and the children as well, not to go through it alone. A lot of them, and I saw it on my mother, how she felt alone, not being able to go to anyone. So I want people who are going through abuse to never feel alone, that there's people who can help them and support them through the process if they decide to leave them.
For those people who are watching us, just like what Sully is saying, you are never alone and there's always help from other people, and the Lighthouse Organization can help you.
Yes. The Lighthouse Organization will help through the process when someone finally decides to leave the abuser. We help them with therapy. We have a psychologist that helps them through the process or before they decide to leave the abuser to get them ready for the point. We have legal advice and also immigration lawyers that helps them do the process if they were to need any help on that.
A lot of times it's difficult to accept what we're going through if we're being abused, and a lot of times we're in denial, like what you said earlier. We are idealistic about keeping the family together and not fighting or not being vocal about certain things, right? For those people who are experiencing abuse right now, what steps can they do? There's also something internal that happens psychologically. Are there exercises or steps that they can do to help them to verbalize or to even think that what they're going through is enough?
Yes, definitely. I think the first thing anyone can do if they feel, I mean, you know, when you're having any verbal abuse from someone or physical, it's obvious, but always go to a friend. Don't be embarrassed to talk to them because you're not at fault. You're being a victim and you need to speak up. Whenever we get any victims, we talk to them first to see what's the best way for them to get out of it. And then we put them through different therapists that we have. So always just see the red flags and see if someone's being verbally abusive to you. Doesn't necessarily has to be your partner. There's parents who are abusive to their children, friends, boyfriends. You know, it's not just your husband or wife who you get abused from. So always keep an eye open to those red flags and see it and seek help because the Lighthouse Organization is not the only one that's there. There's so many who helped, you know, domestic abuse men and women and also children. So always look for red flags in your partners or friends as well. There's a lot of friends who abuse their friends verbally. So always keep an eye on that and don't take any of that from anyone. Always, you know, be strong about it and, you know, say if something bothers you, even if it's your friend.
When you were growing up and throughout your high school or even college or even when you were working already, did you have instances when someone came up to you asking for help? Were you able to help your friends?
I won't say in high school, but when I was older, I'll say more college. Yes, I did. I'm always, because I'm the eldest of the family, I'm always the fixer. So I always, even with my friends, I always try to fix any situation they're in or any problem they're in. It's just in my, you know, personality. But yes, definitely. I see someone on the street being verbally abused, and I step in and I help them.
What was the defining moment that led you to say you want to put up an organization and to make it official? Because you've been helping your family, you've been helping your friends.
You know, when I finally decided to open a nonprofit organization to help is when I did the pageant for Mrs. Latina Global. I decided to open the nonprofit. That was in 2018. I did fashion shows to get funding for it, and that was really the turning point for me when I said I can really help more people with this platform, and I did. I took advantage of it, and we're still here.
Going back to you being Miss Latina Global, how does being in a pageant help women?
You know, before I answer that, a lot of people see pageantry as something cold, and it's not. You know, there's a lot of smart women who participate in pageants, and it helped me a lot to reach a lot more women because they see you with a crown. They're like, "Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful," or they see you as an example. And I took advantage of that crown to be able to help them a lot more, to spread the word out there. Any event, any meetings we went with the pageant production, I took advantage to help women. Whoever I spoke to, I helped them.
Would you recommend women to join pageants?
I'll say yes. It helped me a lot. I was very shy as a young woman. Even when I was already married, I was kind of shy, and the pageantry helped me to be more out there, more out of my box. So yes, I recommend people to join pageants.
You mentioned that you're married. In your relationship, what are the positive things that you can share with us?
I have a healthy relationship with my husband. He's my best friend. Before my husband, we're best friends. We do pretty much everything together. I mean, we work out together. We have a company and we work together. And a lot of people tell me, "You guys see each other 24/7. Are you not fighting? Are you?" We're okay. We're actually very happy, and he's my friend before anything, like I said first. So I would tell people who are in a relationship or want to get in a relationship, be best friends to your partner, not just boyfriend or wife or husband. Be your best friend, and you would be happy, I think, always. We've been married for 10 years, and it feels like it was yesterday. So, yes, there's no perfect marriage. Whoever says that, they lie to you. But we are close to being there. So yeah, just be friend to your partner.
Would you say that and it takes a lot of courage and a lot of work to stay together?
Yes, it's a lot of work. I mean, marriage, it's not easy, but for me, it feels very easy because we're friends. We were friends before we married, and I think that's helped us to stay the same and in the same level.
What advice would you give to people who are looking for their partners?
I'll say, I mean, it's hard to give advice on that, but I would say, I mean, just look for someone that's not identical as you, not the same personality, because if you're looking for someone that's exactly like you, it's not going to work. Opposites are, they work together. I'm very, not secluded, but I'm more like, I like my space, and my husband is very social. So that's the reason we match so well together. So always look for someone that's kind of, if you're quiet, look for someone that's very outgoing and very social. That will work. That's worked for me.
For our viewers out there, what's your advice to them in terms of sharing what you know? Because I know that you've been helping a lot of people with the abuse that they've been going through. If they've found their purpose, what would you advise them to do?
I'll say create a plan and focus on it. Work hard. Having a group or organization is not easy. It's a lot of work and commitment. Sometimes you would have a team, but the team doesn't have the same dream you have. So always understand that even if you have a full team in your organization, not everyone has the same dream as you. So you as the founder, or you as the one that wants to create something, have to keep going. Even if you have a 20 team, and sometimes you have 3, 4, 5. So always stay committed, hard work, and just love what you do. Do it for your passion, not do it for what people want you doing. So that'll be my advice to them. So just focus on what you want. Stay and work hard, because it's a lot of work, a lot of work, especially when you do events. It's a lot of work you have to do. You're the one that's making all of it happen with your team. So always keep your team together. I think being a true leader always makes it happen.
What kind of events are coming up for you and your organization?
It will be next year. We will be doing a fashion show. That's what we do every year. This year we decided not to do it with the team because of what's going on and the economy and everything that's happening in our country. We decided not to do anything this year. But next year we will be having an event.
Where can people find information about the Lighthouse Organization?
They can go into our Facebook page, the Lighthouse World, and follow us. Also, we have a website, the lighthousealliance.net, and you will see a lot of raw footage that we've done from homeless feeding, helping women, and delivering backpacks for different countries. We actually travel every year to different states in Mexico where we take backpacks for children in different communities.
To everyone out there, just like what Sully said earlier, there's always someone who's willing to listen. Reach out to a friend. There's the Lighthouse Organization who can help you with a lot of their services.
The website, again, it's the lighthousealliance.net, and our Facebook page, the Lighthouse World. And you will see a lot of the stuff we're doing. We have a lot of raw footage where we're not just an organization by name. We stand by our work.
Thank you so much for being with us this afternoon. And so to everyone, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of Chat with Mick. Bye.
This episode is brought to you by Ang Sarap and Lakai Easy Transport. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out.